Hey guys, and welcome to my Unhaul video. This video is going to be extremely long because I have a lot of books that I'm going to be getting rid of since I'm getting a lot of books for Christmas and I'm running out of room on my bookshelves. So let's just jump right into this. The first book that I'm going to be getting rid of is... I have no clue what the title is and who the author is. It's a book about how to write in Chinese. So it's basically It's basically a literature book on how to write in Chinese. The next book I'm going to be getting rid of is Murder with Monsters by K.T. Katzman. I think it's a very funny looking covered book as well. And it's autographed. Then I have Stone Angels by Mitchell Hartigan. And this book is also autographed. The next book I have them going to get rid of is How to Be Brave by E. Catherine Cordars. I cannot pronounce it. Getting the Girl by Susan Juby. And I got this at a library book sale, so it still has that like shiny covering on it. But it's been on my TBR shelf for at least 2 years, most likely longer than that, and I haven't gotten to read it by now. I'm probably not going to get to read it anytime soon with all the new books I just bought. Then I have What Was Mine by Helen Ross, and I started to read this book, but I kind of lost interest in the subject. It's about a woman who steals a little baby, out of a shopping cart and raises her as her own. And at first I thought that was going to be interesting, but then, yeah, I got to thinking, that's horrible. I don't want to read something like that. Vicious Scandal by Maggie Fenton. And this is an historical romance, and I've kind of gotten out of the historical romance phase, so I'm getting rid of some of those books. We have I'm Not Her by Kara Sue Archibald. And I just recently got this book, and I've already read it, and I didn't really care for it much. I think I only gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars, and I know I'm not going to be rereading it anytime soon. Then I have the only manga in my big stack of books here, and that is Vanilla, the first volume by Ryu Yamamaki. Ella Enchanted by Grail Carson Levine. Deja Dead by Kathy Wrights, which is the author who inspired the television series Bones, which is one of my favorite television series, which is why I read this. But I find myself liking the television series like 100 times more than the books, so this gotta go. Then we have In Over Her Head and Catch of a Lifetime by Jody Fallon, I believe. And these are both mermaid books, and I have had them way too long and I haven't read them yet, and I just need the room for books that I know I am going to read. Then we have The Irresistible Rogue by Valerie Bauman. Is it Bauman or Bowman? Living Dead in Dallas by Caroline Harris. I don't know how to say her first name. This book was made into a series called True Blood, which I've wanted to watch, but I haven't got around to watching yet. Captive Bride by Joanna Lindsay, which, as you can tell from the by the vintage cover, it's a very old book. A Highland Duchess and The Devil Wears Tartan by Karen Ranley, which both historical romance books. I've already read both, and I like them, but not enough to reread them, so they've got to go. Rules of Attraction and My Favorite Bride by Kristen Dodd. And I love these books, and I love this author, but I need the room. After Dark, Dying for You, and A Time to Die by Beverly Barton. And these are all romantic suspense books, which they're all about murder, as you could probably tell. Wicked Game You Don't Want to Know, Final Scream, If She Only Knew, all by Liza Jackson. And then we have Most Likely to Die by Liza Jackson, Beverly Barton, and Wendy Corsi Saab. I don't know how to say her last name. Moving on to one of my favorite authors that I'm only giving away a few books. I gave some of her books away as Christmas gifts, and then these are going to half-price books. The first one is The Husband Hunt. We have The Countess by Lindsay Sands, and then we have A Mother's Way by Lisa Crash, Susan Grant, Julie Kenner, and Lindsay Sands. Let's see, this one is, I think, a contemporary-like novel, and these two are historical romance novels. Next we have The Warrior Bride by Lois Grimman. We have The Lord by Julianne Garnett, another historical romance, and I believe this is set in Scotland or Ireland. Then we have Beloved Embrace by Cassie Edward, which is about pirates, I believe. Prisoner of My Desire by Joanna Lindsay, another historical romance, very old book. These is back in the day when they had pictures like this in the books. Yeah, so I'll be getting rid of this. Lonesome Cowboy and Married in Seattle by Debbie McComber. We got Fearless and Merciless by Diana Palmer. The only reason I'm getting rid of these two books is I've read this one so many times that it's lost its luster, and this one I just recently bought in hardback, so it's time for it to go. And the last book I'm going to be unhauling is Summer Breeze by Christine Anderson, which is again one of my favorite authors, and I kept a lot of her books, but this one was, I think, my least favorite, so it's gotta go. I do have a few other books that I will be taking to half-price books, but they're textbooks, so I didn't really find them interesting enough to show in this. And then I have a lot of movies and TV series, tapes that I'm, DVDs that I'm going to be taking to half-price books as well, but I didn't really feel like y'all are interested in that. Well, that is it for this unhaul video. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!